Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our special broadcast today of the Luling CFPO. Uh, they're having a summer camp today, and so my colleague is sitting to my right here, Mr. Gregory Tracy, thought it would be a good idea if we did a broadcast for them and kind of highlighted the future, so to speak, of Luling Eagle football. And so that's what we're doing today. So again, this is Eric Lugo, your play-by-play voice for most of the sports on the Luling Eagle Sports broadcast. I don't do everyone. My colleague here again to my right, Greg Tracy, he does do baseball and softball, so he is a play-by-play for those. And then, of course, we have our third wheel, so to speak, Mr. Brad Wright. Unfortunately, Brad could not join us today. He had a previous engagement and wasn't going to be able to make it with us. Just to let everyone know, for FYI, we are planning to have, after the two-a-days for Luling High School, the varsity and junior varsity will start this Monday on August 1st. And so we are planning a week from today, they'll be having a scrimmage at the end of their first week of the two-a-day fall camp, so to speak. And so we'll be doing some interviews, much like what we did last year. We'll try to have some folks here in the press boxes with where coming from you from today. And then we'll also try to have maybe a couple of Zoom interviews that I can line up during the week. Hopefully I can get folks lined up for that. So, Greg, let me go ahead and bring you in here. Just let me do all the talking. How you doing today?
Doing good on this Saturday morning. Just thought it would be a good idea to showcase our future out here. The CFPO, Coach Scott's been doing a good job, and been watching Coach Langford. He's down here this morning out on the field. He's watching these kids. They're energetic out here in this heat, and we're in the air conditioner enjoying it, but they're out here just having a good time. Seeing a lot of skill sets out here. I don't know if you've been paying attention, Eric, but future is bright for Luling and the way with our new AD and head coach going into the second season this year.
Yeah, for sure, Greg. We're really excited. We're ready to get started with our broadcast. And we'll be, in the coming few weeks, we'll be putting a schedule out for all the broadcasts. Of course, all the varsity broadcasts, home or road, we will definitely do. Barring any emergency or unforeseen circumstance that comes up. And even if it does, there's three of us, so usually we're able to work it out if one of the three of us has to be missing for whatever reason. So we'll definitely have all those, and we do already have. We got together a couple of weeks ago and decided to have. We're going to do a junior high broadcast again this year, and we are also going to do a junior varsity broadcast. So we'll put those out when the time comes. We'll let you know. It's on our website is where we normally put that broadcast schedule. And that's www.lulingeaglessb.com. And again, that's www.lulingeaglessb for sportsbroadcast.com. So you can just check on that, and you'll be able to see the schedule at that point. I do apologize. I think if y'all are watching the video, I'm looking at it here in front of me, and looks like we're kind of reversed. It's like a mirror effect. So I'm not sure. I'm going to maybe have to check on that and find out why that is later on. But, at least you can kind of get an idea, kind of like Greg's saying. And we wanted to give you a shot with what you're seeing in front of you, because we wanted you to see what all was going on. You can't see a whole lot of it, but if you look off to your right, you can kind of see a little bit what, some of the drills that are going on right now. What you're watching right now in front of you, for what you can see anyway, is competitions. There's competitions that are going on. There's 7 different categories from what I understand. And the categories are the shuttle, the 40 time, sit-ups, push-ups, punt, pass, and kick. So on the punt, pass, and kick, my understanding is going to be the winner would be the one with the longest distance as far as throwing it or kicking it, or it's a punt and a kick. So the punt and the kick, I would imagine punting is just done off, like a punt would be off your foot. A kick is probably done off of a tee, I would imagine. So that's the difference between those two. And then, of course, the pass is just, it's a throw. And we did see some of that a little while ago. Greg and I, right before we came on, we saw some of that. And so, I think y'all just missed out on that as we were going live on the YouTube. So, and we do want to thank the folks that let us come out here today, because just because my colleague here, Mr. Tracy, had the idea to come doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be let up in here to do what we want to do. So we do want to thank pretty much the face of CFPO, Mr. Robert Scott. We're going to have him up here in a few minutes to do an interview with us, kind of talk a little bit about the CFPO program and what they're looking for this year as far as their season goes, and then also kind of give a little bit of background as well of the CFPO and a little history, and then kind of talk about how they are related with the Luling High School, the Luling High School coaching staff, just the Luling ISD in general. That relationship has kind of developed, much more so since Coach Nate Langford arrived here as the athletic director. So, and head football coach. So, I'll get Robert to talk a little bit about that as well. And we hopefully they're supposedly going to give out awards for the competitions that I mentioned at the end of the camp, which is going to be here in about 20 or 25 or so minutes. And I don't think we're going to be able to pick it up real well with the technology that we're using today to do this broadcast. But what we'll do, Greg and I talked about it, and what we'll do is we'll get a list of all the award winners, and we'll post that on our Facebook. It's probably the best place for it, because it's kind of hard to do on Twitter, because Twitter is not it's limited as far as our Twitter handle. But if we put it on Facebook, you can let the folks know that might be interested. And if I can find a way to get it on YouTube, I'll get it on there as well. But I think probably the best bet on that will be Facebook, our Facebook page, which is Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast.
And then they can tag the family members if they see a name in there too.
Right.
On Facebook, kind of let the family members know that the kids out here, the youngsters, they could easily tag them off our Facebook page.
Okay, so now I'm going to try to get the attention of Coach. They call him Coach Robert, I believe, Mr. Scott, Robert Scott. He is the, like I said, pretty much the face of the CFPO here in Luling. So we definitely want to have him on, and like I said, kind of ask him the questions I mentioned a few moments ago. So yeah, he's I think he saw it on his phone, so he should be heading up this way. So and those of y'all that are watching on camera, I'm not sure how well it's picking up, but you can see him. He's under that blue canopy that you see there at midfield. So yeah, so he just sat down. He might not have seen the text message yet, but hopefully we'll get him word here. And if we don't, then we'll try to get Greg, or we'll try to holler at him through the window here in a couple of minutes, and see if we can have him come up. So
also,
again, go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry.
Also, on the Eagle fans, I would say to start once we start going live again, start really looking at it, because we're working on some things. We're not going to release that yet, but we're excited about this year. I know we talked about it in our little startup thing when we planned it. We also are doing a volleyball game, Eric. I think we mentioned
Yes,
that.
all right, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're doing a volleyball game, but we're going into this is my second or third year with y'all. I lost count.
I think it's your third year. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our fourth year overall, but
Yeah.
it's your third year with us, because you weren't with us the first year because
That was
Sarge
with
was with us. Yeah. So of course, Emilio Sarge Juarez always willing to help us out no matter what we need. And actually, I did invite him. Unfortunately, Greg won't be able to be with us next Saturday, but I did invite the Sarge to come on with us here. He was planning on doing a broadcast for the Lions Pride Sports broadcast next week, but he said one of his people wasn't available and he didn't want to do it without him. So unless that changed, the last time I talked to him, that was when I spoke to him. That was probably about 2-3 weeks ago. So I did invite him to come over here with us. So I told him he's welcome to come, and if he wants to do an interview, he just got to let me know, and we'll line it up, and we can kind of we had talked about doing a combined show with our broadcast outfit and his for quite a while. We're talking for a couple of years already, but it just never has worked out. And so I don't know if it'll work out this time either, but we'll try to make it work as best we can. So and so again, we mentioned while we're waiting for Mr. Scott to try to. I'm guessing he still hasn't checked his phone yet. So, but we just want to mention that we are going to have that broadcast next week. There's some scrimmage coming up, which I don't believe we're going to be broadcasting that, but we might give a little bit of updates, maybe a little summary, a small summary. That's going to be, I believe, on August the 12th. It's going to be here at home, and I believe it's against Poe. I didn't.
Yeah, that's that Friday night.
Yeah, it's a Friday night scrimmage. Yeah, so it's going to be on Friday, August the 12th. So. So we'll, like I said, we'll be around here. We just won't be, it being a scrimmage is not really like organized like a regular game would be. So for that reason, we won't more likely broadcast it. But we'll, like I said, we'll provide little updates on our social media channels, and for those of y'all that are interested in kind of seeing, we'll try to take a few pictures and kind of let you know how the team's doing and that kind of thing.
And so, when we do go live, we're usually testing something, getting everything ready for the year too. Kind of running some final checks on some of it on that scrimmage, but yeah, it's going to be an exciting year for the Eagles. We're in I would say pretty much in a new district. We still have some foes. We're bringing back some people. Cole's in our district, Randolph's in our district. We got Marion back. Fortunately, we still have Lano linging around. And, just some different teams, and I know that I think they're going to try to break down the season. I don't know what they have planned for that day. I won't be here, but I'll tell you, the Eagle fans, this year is going to look totally different. I think the kids are going to come out and play. As far as your Luling Eagles, when I'm seeing Coach Langford here, he's really changed the atmosphere of the Luling athletics around here, Eric, and I can't remember. I've been here for a while, and I can't remember the field ever being open up to CFPO. I don't know if they.
No, I don't. Not that I can recall. Anyway,
Yeah,
And I was gonna say, you're mentioning about some of y'all follow Eagle Nation on social media. It's on Facebook and on Twitter both. If you don't, go follow it, especially if you're a big Eagle fan. Because sorry about the cameras. We got a little wind. The camera's starting to shake. So sorry about that. But we'll try to lower the window a little bit. But
the door open.
Yeah, as I was saying, we if you follow them, and you already know this, if not, like I said, go check it out. Greg was mentioning a while ago before we went on to this broadcast that the freshmen, they're all being seen by all the coaching staff of Luling High School. Just different coaches have gone to different kids' homes and then their parents as well. And so there's been a lot of excitement generated from that. And so I believe we have Mr. Scott heading up here to do his interview. But as I was saying, they're very excited for those kids, those freshmen. They were really excited to have those coaches that came to their house and visited them and kind of what went over with them, what the what all was involved as far as going to be, what they can expect in the program, what their role might be. And then, kind of looking into the future and seeing, we have Mr. Scott just entered the press box here. So we're going to make him a little room here so we can do this interview with him. But yeah, let me finish my thought. And like I said, we do have Mr. Robert Scott here with us. We'll try to see if we can get him, show him on the camera here. Yeah, there he is. So we'll leave it there. Good, leave it there. So, Robert, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you taking a few minutes out of the campus going on to come on with us and do this interview. So I guess the first thing we want to start with is kind of talk a little bit about the history of the CFPO here in Luling. I know it's been going on for quite a long time, but if you could kind of talk a little bit about the history, and then we'll start with that.
Okay, yeah, CFPO 36 years running. Luling's been in it ever since it started. Started out, Jay Palacios, he was zone coordinator back then, and when he unfortunately passed away in 2017, I took over for him with the advisory board from San Marcos over the Luling area. So Man, it's been great. Like I say, 36 years that the league's been around. Started out with 3 police officers, 4 police officers. CFPO stands for Christian Federation of Police Officers.
Oh wow, okay. So I was going to ask that. I didn't have to. Thank you, Mr. Scott. And I always, Mr. Scott always called him Mr. Scott. I've known him that way, but he says call me Robert. It's hard for me. Old habits not hard. You know how that goes. So anyway, well, I guess my next question is if you could talk a little bit. Here in the last couple of years, we were mentioning it a while ago before you came up here. With Coach Nate Langford coming in as the athletic director and the head football coach. Kind of talk a little bit about how that partnership between the CFPO and the Luling Independent School District has developed here over the last couple of years.
Well, I mean, you have to infuse with each other. You're a working system. They start out with us. Langford come in, and I've worked with other coaches, but the relationship the last couple of years with us in the school have been different. I mean, Coach Langford, he's all in for whatever we need, just asking for footballs. We got a big bag of footballs, way more than what we needed, but hey, we'll take it. We take any donations.
Yes, sir.
I mean, all for the babies, but with the school district, I mean, Miss Erin Warren, superintendent, been supportive of everything. Coach Langford's been supportive of everything. So we've been walking hand in hand the last couple of years, and I mean, we get to come over here and enjoy this great facility today, and this is our first time having camp here on the field, and I mean, you can see the kids they're enjoying it, So
yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then let's kind of go with what you just mentioned there, Mr. Scott, where you're talking about the kids being here on the field today, and we did mention also that when you and I had talked a little while ago, they're doing some competitions here as part of this camp, and can you talk a little bit about the categories that they're competing in and kind of what they're competing for?
Okay, yeah, we normally our camps have been, we come out here and we do drills during the week every day, Monday through Thursday, and our camp would be infused with those drills, and it would be just hand out a few certificates, here and there to kids that are overachieving or best hair or something like that. So yeah, best looking or something like that. But this year I thought of something different. Talk with the board. Connie Palacios is the president here in Luling. Wendell Heller, Shaf Cuban, and Julia Estrada is the rest of the board for Luling. Us 5 or 6. But today we come up with we have competition drills. We had the 40-yard dash. We had the shuttle drill, 10-yard shuttle drill. We had the sit-up competition. How many sit-ups and push-ups and push-up competition? How many you could do of each in 2 minutes? So that was a competition drill. Then we took a break. Now we're doing the punt, pass, and kick competition.
Okay, and that's what we got going on right now. Of course, we moved the camera on to Mr. Scott, but I mean, before we did that, y'all could see that was going on. Those of y'all have been watching here for the last few minutes anyway. So, so I guess what next question would be, going into the future, because like Greg mentioned, he thought that would really be a real good idea for us to be out here today because these guys are the future of Luling Eagles football.
Yes.
So, kind of, I guess, what I would like to know, and what I'm sure Greg would like to know as well, is where do you see the CFPO going here in the next, let's say, maybe 3-4 years? I mean, do you see it growing even more than what it is now?
Yes.
Or, I mean, and as far as, too, as a relationship with the school district, the Luling School District, you mentioned Miss Warren, Aaron Warren, and Coach Langford, of course, kind of talk a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah. Hey, we keep the same relationship with the school. It will be awesome. CFPO, this is the biggest camp we've had. We got 63 campers today. Every year our coaching staff grows. We have 27 coaches this year. So normally if you get 20, that's a good number. We got 27 this year total. So female and male. So they all get certified. They all get background checked. So it's not like, anybody can walk in.
Yes,
out
correct.
Coach,
Yes, right.
Of course, we go through certification class, and I kind of handpick my coaches pretty much.
Okay.
That's about the only luxury I have with the league. But CFPO in the next 4 or 5 years, my thing would be, if they have kids have intuition on playing football, get out here now. This is the time at this age. It's more funner now than when you get older and you're behind the curve and you get out there in 7th, 8th, or even 9th grade, and you know, it's like, wow, I didn't know it was like this.
Yes, sir.
So
Absolutely. I would have to agree with that. You know, and I know we've talked in the past, Greg and I, and even when our other colleague Brad has been with us as well. You know how those programs, and I know Coach Langford and I have talked about it too, where like Lake Travis and Westlake that are here close to us, not too far from us here in Luling, how they're always good. You know, they don't ever rebuild; they just reload, and a lot of that has to do with the youth camp and the youth, the way they're, like you just mentioned, the way they're coached up and the way they're trained and the lessons that they learn, you know, when they're younger, when they're this age versus, you know, getting up, you know, and they, like you said, like someone go, when you get to ninth grade, I didn't know it was like this. Well, you know, they learned the hard way then, you know, but by then, you know, like you said, it's too late, you know, so you gotta kind of get them in early if you can. So definitely, I mean, since you mentioned that too, like if somebody's watching this right now and they don't, maybe their child, maybe they just moved to Luling, or maybe they just haven't done it, like you said, up until now, how would they go about getting involved with the CFPO?
Okay, yeah, we practice Monday through Thursday right now. When school starts, we'll go back Monday through Wednesday. We practice from 6 to 8:30 at the Northside Park baseball field.
Okay.
See, we've been there for CFPO Luling has been there for 34 years, maybe.
Wow.
That's where they've been practicing at. So get in touch with us there, or you can go on our Facebook, CFPO Luling Eagles football.
Yeah, I think it's Luling Eagles CFPO. I think it's the actual page.
And cheer, and you can get information there. Give us a phone call. We Pee Wee's group is closed. We have waiting list only. Flag group is closed. We have waiting list only. But juniors and seniors, we're still taking it probably up the next couple of weeks.
Okay, great. And I would be remiss, Mr. Scott, if I had you up here and didn't, of course, we are here for the CFPO camp today, and of course our main focus has always been on the high school, the varsity, junior varsity, the Luling High School in general, the sports that they do. But we are going to try to cover, we mentioned before you came up here, junior high and some of the lower, these youngsters too. Right. But kind of talk a little bit about, you're very welcome, and the season. How does the season exactly, I kind of know, me personally, kind of know how the season works with CFPO, but I guess as far as like, okay, where do you go for your games? And I believe I already know the answer to that, but you can just talk a little bit about that. And then also like, how it works with the playoffs and you get to that level and Super Bowl and that kind of thing. Right. So if you would, please, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's an elaborate. I mean, it's a great system. You got 8 games during the season. You got 2 non-district games to get you ready for district. And then you got 6 games within your district. They divide them up north, south, east, and west. You never know who you're going to play. It's just how the names are drawn. You go those 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, and then you got 3 weeks of playoffs. Each different group have 6 or 8 different bowls that you can compete for. So you have a good chance. You really have a good chance of making a bowl each year. Depending on the effort of the team. And then, of course, you have the Super Bowl. So they run right up to the weekend before Thanksgiving. Oh,
okay. Well, great. Yes, I didn't realize. See, I'm learning a lot today. So I'm glad I came out here. Because I didn't realize. I mean, I knew there was like a Super Bowl. I was familiar with that, but I didn't realize it was kind of a like you mentioned, the playoff and then the bowl, just a bowl. Like they can make a bowl. It didn't have to be kind of like a college, in other words.
Right.
So. I think I know you got to get down there. You're going to do some word presentations here and go wrap up the camp here pretty soon. So I'm going to let you get back to that. But thank you, Mr. Scott, for taking the time to come up here a few minutes and talk about the program. And then we're going to make sure. This is live on YouTube right now, but we'll make sure and share it on our Facebook page also, and also our Twitter handle, which is at Luling Eagles SB. I think I mentioned that earlier, but if I didn't, that's what it is. So that way. We'll get the word out, and hopefully you grow your program even more. It'd be nice to see. So, and I didn't want to mention while you're still here, we're going to try to get a list if we can of all the winners of all these competitions that you're doing, and then we'll go ahead and post it on our Facebook page. That's probably the best place for it because that's the most we can put. We can type. There's unlimited typing there, not like Twitter. So we'll get that from you, and we'll get that put out there. But we definitely wanted to do that as well because we don't really have a microphone or anything like that, so it'd be really hard to hear, even if you or whoever were out there, it'd be kind of hard. So we figured that would be the best way to do it. So, and before we let you go, Greg, you got anything you want to ask?
Thanks, Coach Scott. I know you've been around, I've been around the school. I'm pretty sure our fans are going to hear you when we kick up on Friday night because you got chopped down there. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll pick you up on microphone sometimes. But
that's his son, Trey and Scott, for those of y'all that aren't aware.
And his other son's in your alumni college there, Eric.
Right, Texas State University. Yeah, right, exactly.
But I can say that the CFPO, being the years I've been at the school, has turned out some athletes. And I think Craig Maker went to the NFL. Right, he was a CFL player. And got quite a few on our varsity team that I think in some of their years they went to like the Super Bowl. And
Right. That was a good year when Trading and those guys were back at this age. They had some good years. They won 4 out of 6 bowls.
And you can see the leadership skills in them too. So, but we thank you. Glad that Coach Langford's kind of lighting it up here, changing the culture in the school district.
He's awesome. He's down there working with them right now.
Yeah, he is. I see him.
We see him.
I appreciate it. Now, I've been in youth sports a long time, 32 years, and this cooperation has been great.
Yes, sir. It sure is. And so hopefully it'll continue on into the future. So again, that's Mr. Robert Scott. He's again the leader of like you mentioned, the CFPO. I guess you see the president. Is that what your official?
Advisory board zone coordinator from San Marcos.
Okay, so there you go. There's the official title.
Yes.
So we'll let you get back down to your kids there and get all that done. And like I said, we need to get that information from you before we head out. That way, I'll probably get with you. I think I saw your wife down there as well.
Okay.
I can't remember who I saw down there. We'll get it from somebody. Maybe it was Jake's wife. I'm thinking his widow. I'm thinking of. But anyway, we'll get that information and we'll get it all posted. So again,
appreciate y'all for having me up here. It feels a lot better in here.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Why do you think we're up here on Friday night?
I appreciate it.
All right. So again, that's Mr. Robert Scott. He's the main guy here for the CFPO. You heard his official title there at the lengthies. I can't say it all out again, but yeah, thanks again to him for joining us today. And so we're going to go ahead and probably leave it at that, and because we're not much, everything's kind of wrapping up here now. So we're going to let everyone go for enjoy the rest of your day, your Saturday, wherever you're at in the world. And so we'll get that information out as far as the winners of the competitions. We'll get it out later on those social media, on Facebook. Probably, like I said, we'll get it on there. I don't think we'll be able to get it on Twitter because it's just to be too long.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Greg, before we wrap up, you got anything you want to say about what we went on today, or
get buckled up, Eagle fans?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You'll see, like I said, you'll see Mr. Scott at the varsity games, still coaching these kids on the sideline, encouraging them, and that's huge. So no matter what we're having, just positive encouragement go a long way for these athletes, either the little ones or all the way up to the big ones. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Appreciate it. Looking forward for the season.
And I just want y'all to know, you say he ain't no real big hurry to get back on the field.
No.
It's nice. Okay.
Before y'all go, I'd just like to add, hey, if they want to play football, get them out, get in touch with us. We do have some fundraisers going on. We have the fish fry, August the 6th.
Oh, thank you for mentioning. I'm sorry.
I'll
probably get hit down there if I went over there and I didn't mention. Yeah, they're going to be a fish fry that Mr. Scott just mentioned. It'll be a week from today. That same day we're doing our broadcast is going to be on August the 6th.
Yes.
Right, and it's going to be at the Longer Park Pavilion. Yes, from 11 to 3. Is that correct? 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So those of y'all that are in the Luling area, even if you don't live in Luling, if you happen to be passing through that day, and just from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. next Saturday, August the 6th, I'm sure it'll take your money just as good as anybody else's. And they'll give you a plate for it at that. It's going to be correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Scott, it's going to be fish fillet, coleslaw, French fries, and hush puppies. That's what I saw. So we know who's going to be doing the cooking. Are you going to be doing the cooking?
Myself, Coach Wendy.
Okay, so those 3 individuals, and those 3 individuals.
They know how to fry fish.
They know they can cook. Look like this. They can cook. They know what they're doing. So anyway, I'm sure they'd love to have you out there, and then that'd be a good opportunity as well. If you have a child that's not already in CFPO would like to become involved, they'll all be there. You can just talk to them, and they can tell you what you need to do and get you going in the right direction, and then you go from there basically. Sure. So yes sir. So
the only other thing I'd like to mention is I'm kind of looking at my phone here. Don't want to miss anything. August the 20th, from 10 to 12, we have a car wash at the car wash down by PJ Martin.
Okay, so that's going to be right next door.
By donation.
Yes, by donation. It's going to be next door to where PJ Martin is. Those y'all that are again familiar with Luling. That's actually out on Highway 80. Like if you're heading out toward the interstate. So it'll be on your right-hand side. So yeah, again, that's August 20th. And we got a time on that, Mr.
That's
Scott?
10 a.m. to 12.
10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on that. So so I'm sure, like I said, he said donation. So whatever donation you give, you give a little bit, give a lot, they'll take more. The more you give, the more they'll take, I'm sure. So just keep that in mind as well. We enjoyed being out here today. Thank Mr. Scott so much and everybody for letting us come out. You got all your to see Kingsley Green right here out here in front of us. Of course, we got Coach Jackson, Lewis Jackson out here. Philip Gonzalez, he's my family. He's my cousin, and then also you mentioned the police. He's involved in law enforcement. Greg was mentioning that earlier. And then of course we got also who else you have out there? I guess Wendell.
Coach Wendell's here today.
Yeah, Wendell Heller.
Coach Chef's working. I got Coach Jesse out there. Daryl Brown, Jesse Golden. I got Coach Earl Hughley, Clyde Cepeda. Got Coach Lance. Got Coach Lance out there. Just host of guys out there. Awesome guys, man.
And then you got Seth Powell, one of our school board members.
He's our head flag coach.
Okay.
They'll start practicing on Monday.
Okay, they'll start practicing on Monday. So there you go. But like I said, if you get out to one of them two events, like I said, if you hadn't already done it, you watch this. Even if you don't watch it, watching it live, you watch it later on. You want to, hey, I want my son to get involved in CFPO. Hit up Robert, Mr. Scott, any of those folks, Coach Wendell, any of those coaches, any of them, and they'll be glad to help you out on that. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today. Thank y'all for joining us on this 30-minute broadcast for the CFPO. We've enjoyed being out here, like I said today. Good idea that Greg had. Fortunate that Brad couldn't make it and join us. He said he had an out-of-town engagement. Like I said, that he couldn't make it, and so but he's with us in spirit. We're always together in spirit, even if we're not together in person.
We're just trying to get that last-minute stuff taken care of before the season.
Exactly. And then speaking of that, again, we are going to be out here next Saturday, August 6th. We'll be here at the press box. We're going to be doing a show, doing some interviews, and we'll get some interviews lined up during the week. Luling Eagles related, Luling Eagles folks, staff, coaches, that kind of thing. We're going to try to get some of the new coaches here for Luling High School that we got. Of course, every year there's always new ones that come along, Greg, and another ones that leave. So we'll go ahead and introduce some of the new coaches, and then whoever else we can get up here, and then maybe a couple of Zoom interviews as well. Some folks that I know pretty well that I know Brad not really happy because it's not really Luling Eagles per se. It may not have directly involved with Luling Eagles, but they are supporters of us. They support us, even though they're a bigger school and most of them are in the Austin area. They're bigger and we're a little bit smaller. But we all support each other no matter what. That's what it's all about, is at the end of the day, supporting each other in whatever you do. So, and again, like I said, we'll get the list of those winners when they're awarded and put it on the Facebook page and get that done. And so we again thank y'all for joining us. You got any final words, Greg, before we?
No, just the season starts on Monday. 2 days for volleyball and football.
And
so
football,
right around the corner, folks. So stay tuned. We're not too far away of kicking our broadcast off. We appreciate it. Our faithful listeners are always out there, and give us a shout out. Just let us know and that you're there and stuff like that. We appreciate the feedback. Stay blessed. Just stay tuned. Good things coming for Luling Eagles.
All right. So with that, just like Greg said, stay tuned to the website, Luling Eagles SB, www.lulingeaglesfb.com, and we'll be putting schedule, once it comes out when the games that are going to be upcoming that we're going to do the broadcasts on, and that's the best way to keep up. If anybody asks you, even if you hear it and the answer, if you hear this, you'll know the answer. Tell them to just go to our website, and that's the best place. They ask about where's the best place to keep up with the schedule for Luling Eagles Sports Broadcast. That's the best place to do it, okay? So for Greg Tracy, this is Eric Lugo. We're going to go ahead and sign off for today. Thank y'all for taking the time to watch it. And then, again, we'll have it on later on. We'll put it on the Facebook page and the Twitter handle. So somebody that wants to watch it can go slice it, dice it, watch the parts you want to watch. If you don't want to watch all of us, you just want to watch Mr. Scott, his interview, you can do that. So that's the beauty part of that. So again, thanks a lot, and we'll see you soon. With your